Eyes up, Guardian. It worked. You're alive. You don't know how long I've been looking for you. I'm a ghost. Actually, now I'm your ghost, and you? Well, you've been dead a long time. So you're going to see a lot of things you won't understand. This is fallen territory. We aren't safe here. I have to get you to the city. Hold still.
Bungie gave us some new info regarding the new light experience recently, which aims to make the new player experience much smoother once Beyond Light arrives on November the 10th. With this new information, we have the introduction of a new character called Shorhan, and there are a few theories going around the community that this could be a returning character hiding behind a mask. So the following is a look at the question, who is Shorhan, plus new player onboarding improvements coming in Beyond Light. And don't forget, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. The new player experience in Destiny 2 has gone through various iterations. When Destiny 2 first came out, we all went through the Red War campaign and had that experience to orientate us through the game and the systems, teaching us about weapons, armour, sparrows, supers, PvP and PvE. It was a roughly 7 to 8 hour campaign which taught us the basics. New Light was introduced with Shadowkeep when Destiny 2 went free to play, and this made the campaign optional, and you went through a short quest and were then dropped into the tower with a few explainer missions. And this attempted to guide you around the tower and the key vendors, explaining everything as you went. There was some feedback that this process was pretty complicated, and once players got to the tower, they felt overwhelmed and unsure about what to do next. This is a challenge for anything complicated, whether it be a video game, a mobile app or a website. The UI or the UX needs to be intuitive and easy to understand, otherwise players are going to bounce from the game. Probably everyone that is watching or listening to this successfully got through that onboarding process, and we've gone on to kill thousands in PvP, hundreds of thousands in PvE, and maybe 1 or 2 raid bosses. I'm sure there are many players who've been through the new light or the new player experience, got confused, left the game without even knowing how good it is. So Bungie gave us an update in a recent This Week at Bungie, letting us know what they plan to do about it. So Bungie say, over the last year there's been a lot of great feedback about the new player experience in Destiny 2. So currently, players are given a single mission to become acquainted with some basic gameplay, and then they're let loose in the tower without much direction or where to go or what to do next. This led to some confusion as many players didn't exactly know where to start. Who's that robot meticulously cleaning that auto rifle? And what do I do with these engrams? And what's a Zavala? The team has been working to restructure the on-ramp for Destiny 2, and today we're going to give a small glimpse into the new light experience. Starting on November the 10th, players will start in the same way that most of us have. A ghost will be on the hunt for their guardian, they'll stumble upon you, and they'll revive you for the first time. What's different now is you won't immediately find a ship, rather you'll stumble into another guardian in the wild. Shorhan is his name, and he's on a mission with his fire team to investigate what the Hive are up to in the Cosmodrome. He'll show you the ropes, and he'll help you find your way among the gameplay and systems of Destiny 2. As a new player, you'll spend your first few missions getting acquainted with the state of the world in Destiny 2, and you'll have the opportunity to take a few weapons out for a spin, find engrams or try different armour and see our progression systems, and have some time to learn how to navigate the user interface to understand the quests, the bounties, the collections and more. All of this will happen before you set a foot in the tower, and our hope is that a refreshed new light experience will give a much warmer welcome to Guardians as they play Destiny 2 for the first time. With the Cosmodrome coming out of the Destiny content vault, this gave us the perfect opportunity to overhaul our new player experience. For veteran players out there, this will be a stroll through memory lane. While the plague lands are strictly quarantined per Vanguard orders, you'll still be able to explore much of what you remember in your first days as a Guardian. Running through the moth yards to collect spin metal, heading down the stairs of the steps to face off against powerful Hive Knights, and more. There's going to be an occasional moment of discovery, like stumbling upon a lost sector that you haven't seen before, and if you're an existing player and you'd like to go through the new light quest, this will also be available to you on November the 10th. We're excited to see how new players react to our revamped new light experience, and for many you get your boots back on the ground in the Cosmodrome. Well, that is the update from Bungie, and next I wanted to focus on and speculate slightly on the identity of Shorhan, the mysterious new Guardian helping out new players. So we don't have many details at the moment, but he is a Guardian in the Cosmodrome, as Bungie have previously stated. There are currently theories that Shorhan could in fact be Uldren Sov wearing a mask. And he was put in the Prison of Elders, and that led up to the story beats of Forsaken. During his time in prison, Uldren and a fallen captain Fikrul convinced Variks to release those jailed in the prison. So Petrovenge called on Cayde 6 and the Guardian to help contain the riots, and the Barons were revealed to have escaped in the chaos. They attacked Cayde and destroyed his ghost. In the following fight, Uldren Sov then killed Cayde. After escaping from prison, Uldren began attempting to free who he thought was Mara. So he acquired a shard of the Traveller, although he narrowly avoided being killed by Petra. He then went to the Watchtower and used the shard to open the gate to the Dreaming City. Riven then revealed himself and attempted to kill him. Our Guardian, who followed Uldren to the Watchtower, then killed the voice of Riven. Uldren then encountered the Guardian and Petra and was killed shortly afterwards. Although we thought this was the end of Uldren, he was actually brought back to life in a rather hidden cutscene during Forsaken, and this led to the lore entry from the Dawning last year which described the current state of Uldren Sov. So we've got a lore entry here called Amnestia S2. For the last 3 weeks, the Guardian has been camping in a rusted out shipping container, far off the main pathways that are always buzzing with sparrows. He stays out the way of other Guardians, and if he can't do that, he keeps his helmet on. Always. All he has to his name is some beat up gear, a ring and a silk sheet. Those are the things that he woke up with. He wears the ring on a chain, and he keeps the sheet as a comforting reminder of something he can't remember. Sometimes he wears it draped over his shoulder. The fabric is so fine that it makes him think about the place he must have come from before this life, and how much nicer it is than where he is now. He spends his days alone. Other Guardians are an unpredictable source of pain, confusion, and they see him the same way. Some react to him with outright hostility. Others are overcome by some personal and unexplained grief. He doesn't know why. That was the most painful lesson of being reborn. It's better to be alone. So, he's always alone now, except for his ghost. One night, he sits with his head against his knees and listens to the distant snaps of gunfire. He hasn't seen anyone in about a week, but he can hear them. Somehow, that makes the loneliness worse, more potent. Did you know, his ghost says, bright but gentle, the purple glint of his shell reflects the half-light outside the crate, that in the last city, they're celebrating. They call it the Dawning. It's a celebration of friendship, hope, and warmth. The Guardian keeps his eyes closed and forced down his bitterness. The silence lingers between them, heavy and filled with unsaid things, until his ghost gently bumps his shoulder. To feel good, they say to each other, "Happy Dawning." Still, the Guardian says nothing, and his own silence makes him sick with himself. His ghost has never doubted him, never doubted anyone really. He is a well of restless optimism, and as infuriating as that is, it's also heartbreaking, and comforting, and a relief. The Guardian is not going to be one to disappoint him. There's been too much disappointment in this life already. "Happy Dawning," he says. So given we have a Guardian roaming around the Cosmodrome, this is why there's theories at the moment that Uldren Sov could indeed be Shorhan. Back in the Destiny 1 development cycle, Uldren was called the Crow and was situated in the Cosmodrome, so it's almost like we're going full circle with that character. So although there are theories about Shorhan being Uldren Sov, personally I think Uldren deserves much more. So there's a couple of things here that I am really excited about. I'm definitely looking forward to the improvements for new players, as the new light experience at the moment does cause blockers for new Guardians. And second of all, I'm really looking forward to Uldren Sov's redemption arc. He's fallen to the depths, and now it could be time for him to rise again, especially with the Witch Queen on the horizon, and hopefully the re-emergence of Mara Sov, Savathun, and hopefully Uldren too. So in answer to that question, who is Shorhan, I'm not really sure it's going to be Uldren Sov, and hopefully he's going to have a starring role, much like Saint 14 did, in the upcoming Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Well, let me know what you think of the new player experience, and what do you think is going to happen to Uldren Sov. Do you think he's Shorhan, or what else do you think Uldren could be doing in Beyond Light? Well, that is it for this look at the new player experience improvements in Beyond Light, and thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out these other videos on the channel. Thanks again, I'll see you in the next video.